Hey, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I just wait for a few minutes to see if anybody will come and join me before I proceed to talk on my own. Right now you hear a little noise in the background. That's my ceiling fan. It's a little noisy, but I need to have it on because it's quite warm these days. The heat is beginning to build up, So I need to have my fan on, otherwise I'll be sweating and, quite embarrassing while I'm chatting with you guys. So I will start a talk today. What am I going to talk about today? All right. The first thing I will talk about before anybody started pop in is just to remind you about my book that I recently finished, completed. I did a video about that. Maybe last video I did was about that. Sharing my experience during Hurricane Irma. It's available for sale now. I'm no longer offering the free offer. I was doing an offer. Sorry, I'm tying up my tongue. I was giving away free copies for the people who may have left a comment on that particular video. The first 5 people. That offer is no longer available. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description box of this video when it's live, so you can always get a copy. If you're hearing other noise in addition to the fan, that's this time of the day where children are now leaving school to go home. People are not on the way home. Previously, I was hearing some sheeps. Well, they may have left to go home already. Did I say sheeps? If my grandson would hear me say that, Grandma, you said sheeps, not sheeps. Sheep. Can you imagine I said that? Sheeps. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, so if you're interested in get a copy of my book about my experience during Hurricane Irma, just check in the description box below and you can get a copy. I'll also leave any pinned comments where you can actually easily access the link, so you can check it out and see if you're interested to get one. I really would like you to get a copy and check out my experiences. One young lady, she gave me a review, and she said that when she read the book, it had her like captivated to start to stop. She didn't want to put down the book. And another young lady said that like what way how I described the events, she was able to visualize what I wrote. Sometimes when you read a book and the description is so clear, you could actually see what the person actually visualize in your mind, what the person has written, what is something like that. And I was so happy that she said that, because like I said, I'm not really a professional writer. I just put pen to paper and began to write. I just expanded on that, and I really achieved. I'm so happy for that achievement, to be able to accomplish that. So this is my second book. I wrote one about share my experiences for YouTube, giving people tips and stuff. So based on that experience, I was able to get through this project a little faster. Okay, I didn't really alert anybody that was having this live chat. I did one yesterday and that went crazy. I did it and I forgot to check which channel I was doing it on. And in addition to that, nobody turned up. So luckily for me, as I did that, I was able to download that video and upload it to the correct channel. So it's all well and good. People are still able to look at the video and still respond to me and stuff. Okay, so I'll go ahead now. It's now 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So let's start a talk, and maybe hopefully somebody will come along. But first of all, initially I didn't really have an idea for what I'm going to title this video. I was going to do like a tribute to my daughter. The reason being is that it has a spin-off, because it's a long story. I like to tell stories. So it's my next recipe, I want to do hot dogs, and based on that I kind of like backtrack myself what to talk about. So I will start with my stories, a little bit about me, and what I'm going to share is basically something that I said to my friend Linda. I always butcher her channel name, so I wouldn't say it. Instead of saying it wrong, I'll leave it in the description box below, because I can't edit this video when I'm done, right? But Linda, deliciously Linda. I may have said it wrong, Linda. I'm so sorry. I love you, darling, but I'm so sorry. I guess mess up that name sometimes. But I know her name is Linda for sure. That's her real name. Anyway, She was complimenting me on something, and I said, okay, stop, 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 enough already, because I was very close to tears, right? So based on that now, I said, oh, I wanted to share that story. I'm very kind of like soft-hearted, and I'm very easy to cry, or that sort of thing, So based on that story now, my daughter got Trinidad and stuff. Of course, I had to be there, right? So we went to a hotel called Cape Park and stuff, and she was dressing and everything. We were going fine, trying to get everybody to get ready and put on makeup and make sure she's dressed and everything. I'm watching the time and stuff, and then I myself had to get ready and thing. We were going fine. So we end up, we went downstairs and everything, make sure she get downstairs, get to the cab, not the cab, well, the car that we hired to take her to the church and stuff. And she got into the car, and I looked at her, and I was close to tears, and I started to cry. I said, oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I crying, right? So I started to cry. I'm trying not for her to see me. I just kind of like woke off a bit. And another lady came and she kind of consoled me a bit, and I was able to compose myself. And then, because I had to go home and dress, get my husband, my mother, and who was there? My son, everybody together to get to the church. So got that done now, that pass off and everything. And then we got to the church, and I was to the front because we had to get my grandson, like the ring bearer, to walk up to the front, and we reached little kind of craziness. Anyway, so I was to the front of the church. And the plan was, my son was the father giver, right? So my two children, when I'm looking back, well, I'm to the front and they're coming from behind, right? So behind to come to the front to the altar, right? So I look back like this, and I'm seeing my two kids, my two beautiful, I'm feeling teary-eyed already. My two kids, right? My son, he's escorted her coming up, my daughter coming up, and boy, I couldn't control myself anymore. I felt it coming on there, because I say, look at my babies, and I just, I had to like kind of calmly just walk to the back. I didn't really wanted to see her, me getting upset and stuff, and I really wasn't upset. It's just like, emotions, loving emotions, I guess. I go to the back, I just let it out, Then my son came with his grandson, tried to console me a bit, compose yourself, compose yourself, right? But I'm feeling embarrassed too. Why are you crying, right? That passed. So the next thing now, we went to we had a reception and everything. Well, we had to go to a place around, that's close to around the Savannah, Queens Park, Savannah, Trinidad. All this happened in Trinidad, right? And we went to this place where we take pictures and stuff. That has to be done, take professional photographs and stuff, So did that. I went to the restaurant where we could have the dinner and the formal part, cutting of the cake and formal dance, that kind of thing, right? Yes, we did that. So they decide now they want to give gifts to mother the bride, mother the groom and things like that, right? So she put me in front now, called, but actually before all that now, we had speech and everything, and I did a speech. I don't really like speeches and stuff, but I made an effort. I said, this is my daughter, and it has to be done. So I made an effort, I made a speech, and that went well, right? So then now after all of that passed and everything, now they said they want to give all these gifts to parents and stuff, whatever. I said, what? Really? So she's giving me the gift now, calling me up now. Was a whole bunch of people, thank goodness, right? Call me up to give me gift. Well, boy, hold a second, my phone is collapsing on me. This happened to me yesterday. I think my tripod is getting weak now. Well, boy, your girl, I started to cry again. More emotions building up, I said, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed again. I cried again. Can you believe that, to tell you how teary-eyed I could be when I well, how you should say that, boy? At certain occasions, It's just crazy. I had to share my story. I said, you're only crying. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyways, my kids, I love my kids, yeah, but why am I crying like this, So that was my story. And based on that, now I wanted to do the tribute to my daughter. Now, what I want to do in my next recipe, I haven't gotten much ideas for recipes right now. I had one for today. I wanted to to do like a fish to go with my fungi recipe. It's a local dish, fungi. It's similar to what we'd make like cuckoo in Trinidad. But with the hurricane and stuff, we ain't getting much fish. I went to the market. They had frozen fish. I didn't know how long they had the fish. They had kingfish, the same thing. I used to buy kingfish long time ago, but then my husband, and the fish used to be really, really frozen, like frozen upon frozen, real frozen, right? And you know how long they had the day in the frozen section. So I stopped buying the kingfish because he didn't like it. He more like fresh fish. He's that kind of person. I totally agree with him. So I went to a particular grocery store where I know mostly they have a lot of fresh fish, but they had some there, but it was kind of pricey, and I really wanted to do like kind of slices of steak to do the recipe. And I don't know, I might go again to see if I get more fish next time and try and work on that recipe, because I made the fungi again today and it tasted so good. I had the fungi and I had some, I just fried down some sardine. My husband likes sardines, a quick little meal, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I bought some kuchila, mango kuchila. My daughter said she liked to eat kuchila with some Cricks biscuit, fish for the fungi, and to get the fish to make the fungi to make the fish dish to go to fungi. Another recipe I was thinking of, I love hot dogs, guys. I love hot 33. I lost track, excuse me, I'm 33, I think. And my son is 3 years younger, so he's around 30, right? And when let's say on the last lap of my pregnancy, I remember the night before she was delivered, right? I felt had an urge for hot dogs. So you'll eat 5 hot dogs, five hot dogs, right? And it was so good. And soon afterwards, I felt like a gripe in my stomach. Now, this is my first pregnancy. I didn't know what was going on, right? I felt like a gripe in my stomach. So I said, what's that? And then it kind of persisted. And then my mother said, okay, hospital time. Because we didn't know what's going on. And I guess I was kind of like labor. Maybe because my daughter didn't like the hot dogs either. Maybe I ate too much, So, and that was it. Hospital time, and that was it. So I always remember that, always. Just before she was born, I had 5 hot dogs. So I said I need to do a recipe on this, something simple, something that I like. Some people like different techniques. I like it simple, and I will do what I like, do the way I like it. So I want to but do be a little creative with it, So that's what I want to do. I wanted to talk about that and get from other people how they make their hot dogs and stuff. But nobody's chatting with me today, so I'll have to work on that on my own. Okay, so what else I'm going to talk about today? Let me see. I have a list here in case I've forgotten what to talk about. So in the last video that I screwed up yesterday, I talked about customer service. So I think I want to talk about that today, hoping that somebody might pop in to say hi, and then So yeah, so I went on Monday. I went to have like a breakfast, right? And when I said breakfast, I said I wanted to do like a video for this channel, right? Do a local breakfast. So I went to this place called, I think it's Max at Tortola BVI in town, right? And they had pigtail like salted in some sweet peppers and stuff. And I had that. I had Johnny cake, which is similar to fried bake. And they had fried chicken. That was looking so good. So I said I had to have some fried chicken. So I had that, a cup of tea and everything. So but strange enough, when I went I made sure from the owner that I was able to do a footage, because some people were so funny, asking what did you do, and So I made sure I asked the guy, I said, can I take a footage of the surroundings before I start? He said, okay, no problem. Before I forget, for any of my people who do show up to this live show today, I want to do a shout out. So what you will need to do, put a hashtag I am creator, and I'll do a shout out too if you show up on this live show. Anyway, so for that breakfast now, I did the breakfast and everything, and while I was sitting down there having my little breakfast, a lady came and sat next to me, and we started a conversation, a really nice constructive conversation we were having. It basically boiled down to customer service and thing, and from the last video that I did from yesterday, people generally, I was talking about customer service in the BVI is generally poor, right? And if you do have good customer service, it's basically people from the other islands who appreciate and know how to deal with people, you get good customer service, right? Like we have a lot of people from the Philippines, and you'll find that they provide very, 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 very good customer service, right? So you might find that People who are born here, we call them BVI landers. They would think that other people from other countries and islands come to take their jobs, but if they're not doing a good job, of course, the employer is employers um, is there is how you say, boy, if that's what they want to do, right? Is their prerogative to do so. Get an employee to provide good service. Okay, so what was I saying? I forget. Anyway, so yeah, so apparently this after from that, the comments that I got from the other video, people were saying that it seems to me that this customer service thing is generally like it's not really Tortola alone, as other countries experiencing the same thing, right? And you know, I don't know where some people will realize that customer service is so important for any businesses to be successful, right? And plus you have two types of customers. You have internal customers and you have external customers. Internal customers are people who are within the company, and maybe let's say you have different departments. You have human resources department, you have finance department, you have administration department, right? You may have to call somebody. Let's say I'm in the finance department. I may have to call somebody in let's say HR department, right? And you're asking for particular assistance. That is your customer there. That's what they call internal customers. Somebody who's outside of the company, of course, as external customers, right? So I mean, the external customers, that is the source of the like all businesses. You need a customer for you to make money, for your business to survive, right? And people need to appreciate that if you don't have the customers, and people come to pay for the service, right? You're not going to get paid. The company can't get money to pay you, that kind of thing. So you need to understand that you need to be good to these customers and treat them well and supply a good service, right? And another thing to also, lady, I was working at a company called Island Services for a little while, and I used to do bookkeeping there for them. And sometimes there was a period like around lunchtime, you'll find that you'll have one cashier. Actually, you'll have one cashier there, and everybody else will be going for lunch and that kind of thing. And I'll be there just, I had my stuff to do, but I wouldn't be as busy around that time. And even if I was busy, and let's say like the phone ring, which is not part of my duty, the phone will ring, and I used to answer the phone, right? There's no harm in doing that, because if the girl is cashing and nobody else is there and the phone kept ringing, I answered the phone, right? And there was a point I remember I used to do, like, again around the same situation around lunchtime. I'll go and help the girl cash or help her pack the bags or deal with the customers and stuff, because she used to, sometimes she would be the only person there at the on the floor, period. Me, I used to be kind of like at the back, but I could see what was happening, right? I used to get up and go and help her. I felt that was the way it's supposed to be, and I helped her, and I really enjoyed that. The reason I'm saying that is that some people, like if you're assigned to do a task or whatever, wherever you're working, well, I guess some companies might not allow it, but some companies also look at your performance, and they look at you and they see how you perform, right? They have a task, and all they will do is that task and nothing else, right? They don't take the initiative to kind of learn something else or try and learn what somebody else is doing and stuff, And if a customer comes, they won't make the effort to try and help the customer because they are not doing that job. I remember a time I went to a place called White Dilemma. That's a lot of years ago. I was quite young that time. And I was like a cashier. I think I went to repair a piece of jewelry. This is so funny. Two ladies sitting back side to side, right? So I asked one person, I asked this one here, I said, I can't remember what it was, whatever it was. I said, can you do X, Y, and Z for me? She said, no. Check who? And the person was right next door. And that was so like mind-blowing to me, that kind of way. If you are sitting on side by side, can't you at least have an idea what she's doing, so at least you can answer my question? Because, it sounds so weird, I mean, work together as a team, if we are together, work as a team, So, yeah, so what I was saying is that if you're assigned a task, try and at least, if as long as you have the time, you can learn something else within that area, right? Or if a customer comes to you and they come, let's say you have in a where you have like a customer counter to the counter, let's say you go up to them and they say, can I help you? And the person said what they wanted, and that is not what you are normally doing. You could try and help the person ask, just say like, okay, let me find out and I'll get back to you. Some people, they wouldn't even get up to say, well, let me assist the customer, because they know that they don't service that particular area. That kind of way, it looks so bad, and especially if the other person who is supposed to be assigned to the counter or wherever it is, they are busy and you're free to try and help out the customer any way where you can. Or if not, like, you can just carry on a conversation, chat with the customer, saying, well, okay, the young lady's not here right now, she's doing something, and when she's done, she will come to you. Let the customer know what's going on, right? And have a little, or even have a little chat with the customer, keep them occupied, let them know that they are being cared for. Yeah, but of course, you have to have the time, right? And keep them, that kind of thing, engaged, So that's just me, I'm basically old school. I'm proud of it, and I will share. And if I could impose on other people to share, I will do so, because customer service is very, very important to the success of any business. Alright guys, I don't know if it's in my internet or whatever, but it's saying live, and I guess everybody's now on their way to work or from work or in commute, and I think I've touched on all my topics that I wanted to talk about. So I'll just summarize today, because I really wasn't in the mood to do this video today. I did some videos yesterday, and I think that they kind of burnt me out, and I took a nap and I got up and I said, okay, let me just, after I had my fantastic lunch, I said, look, let me just do this video and see if anybody will pop in. So I'm glad I did it. And so let me just tie up what I spoke about today. Just looking for recipes for hot dog, something simple, what you guys do, what you guys put in it. Generally, I know I would just basically I like to put mustard and ketchup. I watch some videos, I think people don't put mustard, but I like my mustard and ketchup. Sometimes I put onions if I'm not feeling lazy, I'll put a little bit of onions, and I'm not going to tell my secret. Look out for that video. That's the basic of what I normally do, right? If I'm lazy, I'll just put mustard and ketchup, and that's it on my hot dog, right? And just to remind you again to check out my my book, my Hurricane Irma, my Hurricane Irma book, sharing my experience, right? I'll leave link in the description box below, and also in the pinned comment of this video, so you could get a copy. I really do hope you get a copy, and I'd love to know what you think about it and get feedback from you when you do get a copy and when you read it. I'd love to get feedback. And what I also spoke about is just a little bit about me, being that I'm very close to, I'm very teary-eyed sometimes, it happens. And then in that particular point, another story is I was working at a company called Surf Song. It's a resort, and my son, I can't remember what year that was. That was in the BVI here, and before my daughter got married. Anyway, a few years ago, but not that long ago. Before I got married, maybe about 15 years ago, right? He went to Trinidad to study. He came back for a little break, right? And he was staying at the resort for a few days. So I knew he was coming, so I greeted him at the reception area, and I hugged him. I knew he was coming again, like I said. I hugged him, and boy, I just started to cry. I hugged him and I couldn't let him. I just cried. I don't know why, I just cried. I was even thinking, oh, maybe it's menopause or something, that kind of way, but I just had to cry. Again, this is my kids. I love my kids, and sometimes they bring out the emotion in me sometimes, so I guess it's all of that, so yeah. And that's a bit about me being could be a little teary-eyed sometimes. I will cry, right? Yeah, so let me see what else I could say. Maybe I could say a little bit more about myself if I had never said it before. I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. The girl is the first one. I forgot the age. Between 30, my daughter's 33, my son is 30. They're 3 years apart. I'm a Trinidadian. I grew up in a place called Kirap, and then we moved to an area called Mount Hope, and that's where my mom's house is right now. And when I got married, we were living in a place called La Hocata in Irma, and then we moved to an area called Valsain. Valsain, right? And then we went back to Irma area where we were in Dabadi. I really like that area. That's a really nice area, more like a country area, but we were in the heart of Irma sort of thing. I really like that area. I don't really like busy places. And when I left Tortola, that's the area I was living at. And then I came to the BVI in 2000, and I'm here still, So, and I love the BVI, I really like it. And since I came back um, to Tortola after the hurricane, well, I left here after the hurricane around, let me see, around the 15th of September, around there, so, yeah. I spent 4 months and I came back January this year. And I haven't been to the beach since, and I haven't have the, I normally go to the beach like on a regular basis every day, take a little soak and meet with my friend and, take a little walk and stuff. And I don't have the drive to go to the beach. It's so strange, and I don't know. I've lost that, I don't know. I don't want to say I've lost it. I love the BVI, I love the water, I love the environment, but I've lost that desire to go to the beach and stuff, but maybe I'll get it back, I don't know, but maybe it's a phase I'm going through. And as I was saying, so another story I want to mention too is that about, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, or no, last week. Last week I had like a little thunderstorm and stuff, and it was raining heavily, right? That was in the night, raining heavily. And I was asleep, and then I got up because I heard the rain falling, and I was tense. Tense because after the hurricane, I was tense, right? I had to kind of like, relax. I had to do myself like this, relax, and it took me a little while because, this rain was, I don't know, like I was expecting something to happen. I know we have a strong roof now. It has been repaired, and, nowhere is leaking. What happened is that the windows that I'm facing here, this one, and this one, when the wind begins to blow, the rain comes in and a little water comes in to the floor, but nothing of a large amount. So each time they rain with a lot of wind, I'll have to make sure and clean out this room again. But this is the only room that I have this problem. The windows haven't been secured. We're supposed to get new windows. We're still waiting on that. That's just crazy, another crazy thing with the landlord. But generally, our bedroom where we sleep, our main bedroom is safe, secure, it's dry. So I had nothing to worry about really. But I was tense. My husband was he conquered. He was sleeping, and I didn't wake him up to tell him anything. But I had to kind of calm myself, relax, you'll be okay. And that passed. I thought I had gotten over it, but when that fell on last week, I said, it might take me a little while. And then what about the people who, I even went on to BVI community board, a Facebook group, to see if anybody had any comments to make about a similar situation like me, but not, only one person said that they were talking about, apparently, well, they're saying that their house is a dry weather house, so that means that the house was leaking, that kind of way. And the person said, I'm fed up of this, understandably, because maybe the landlord is not making any effort to repair the house and things like that, so that's a tough one. And then if the person is not in a situation to get another apartment, and sometimes the apartments too now, they're more expensive, so the rents are more expensive. And respect to where we are here, they changed the front door. Well, of course, if you guys don't know my story, the front door was blown away during the hurricane, and it went underneath our truck, right? Underneath the truck. And this was a steel frame door. And so a little while, I'm going to say about a month or so, they came and installed another steel frame door, right? All well and done. There's two of them, one on the living room side and one on the front door, right? The one on the living room side is fine. Another guy came and did that, that's fine. But we hardly pass through that door. But the front door is my concern. Is that another gentleman came and put in the front door. He put in the front door. They have a regular lock and the deadbolt lock, the top two locks, right? And for hell, the deadbolt lock is not working. I told him about it. I called the landlord. I told them this lock, I cannot lock my door, right? The front door, to be safe, right? So if I leave and I go out, I just lock the lock below, and the deadbolt is not locked because I can't get it to lock. And they haven't come and fixed it, and I said, I'm not telling anybody anything again. I'm done with that, right? They changed the roof, and now the, what do you call them, T1, the wood on top there, whatever they call it. They came, they installed it, and now it's looking like it's molding. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's molding. That's the best I could say, right? It looks like it's molding. Initially, I was telling them that they need to come and secure the investment because it looked like it was flaking, Now I can see it all over now. My husband is seeing it himself now. That is kind of molding. I called the landlord. I said, you know, you need to come and secure your investment because this thing looked like, you know, something is wrong. It needs to be painted. I called once. He said, okay, he will send somebody. I called again. I couldn't get him, and I said, that's it. That's it. They have to put in the windows because I have a piece of board in this window here, and board in different areas. They have to put in windows, change the windows, and well, I try my best not to let it bother me. At least we have a little apartment. We are safe. We're not getting wet, and we have a fan. I have to have my fan to keep me cool. And see, I'm sweating, even though I have only fan, you know. But the front door is changed, and you know, I try my best not to let it bother me, you know. So this is where we are at this particular point, you know. Okay, well, guys, I'm sorry I missed you, and you know, maybe another time. Let me know what's a good time. I like to do stuff in the morning. That's when I'm at my peak to do stuff, and that may be when you're not available. In the afternoon, it gets a little noisy around here. I'm in front of a window, so this is where I get the most best lighting. And maybe during the evening, during the evening I like to relax and just don't do anything like this. I might do more video editing and stuff, you know. But when it comes to like filming, I like to do it in the morning where I'm at my height of energy and my mind is available, thinking wise to do things like this, you know. So let me know what's a good time for you. I'll try and accommodate you so we could have like at least somebody could come by and you know chat with me and stuff. So, but again, you could always pop in and watch this video and you know make a comment. Okay, guys, thank you so much for. What should I say? Well, I know you're gonna see this video whenever you're gonna get a chance when it's available alive, not live but published.